This is Dr. Andrew Jones. In this edition of Veterinary Secrets, I'm going to talk a little bit about grief and give you an update on how I'm treating Lewis's mouth. Hello there, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Today's video, I'm going to cover a couple of things. First of all, if any of you watched the last one, you know that my old cat Gussie, who was 22, she just died. That was just last Tuesday. And in part, making the video is just me feeling a fair amount of grief about it. And I think what's important is for you watching this video, I mean, if you've lost a pet, knowing that all those feelings are pretty normal. I know practicing as a veterinarian, a veterinary practice, you know, I saw hundreds, if not thousands, of dogs and cats die. Many times I was the one doing end-of-life euthanasia. And I would have many clients come in after and just say they're having such a hard time dealing with it. You know, I was just quickly scrolling through some sites prior to making the video, and they're talking about there's, you know, different stages of grief. They call these 5 different steps of grief, you know, from denial to acceptance, etc. And I mean, I think the big thing that I'm getting from it is you can go through all, whether or not you're going to go through all those steps, I don't know. But what I do know is it can pretty profoundly impact you when you lose a pet, as much as, you know, losing a person. And what I find is people that aren't pet owners have a hard time getting it. And I can relay the experience of, you know, sharing what happened with my cat, and, you know, someone just moving right on to the next subject, you know, not even really acknowledging it. Or other people really get it, you know, that are sort of pet people and then have lost a pet and obviously are a little bit more insightful. So I think the point of it is, yeah, I'm not feeling so great. I had a hard time the few days after Gussie died. I had a real hard time even just focusing enough to make the video. And just feeling, you know, pretty low and like crap. So more than anything, to know that if you've gone through this, you're going to go through this, it's all pretty normal. And try to maybe seek out people that are, first of all, that obviously are pet owners and can get it and can support you in whatever way you need to get supported. And secondly, too, knowing that it's pretty normal to have, you know, those deep feelings when you lose a pet. I mean, different things will remind you of, like for me, for instance, is every time I come downstairs, especially first thing in the morning, that's when I had this little routine with my cat Gussie. You know, I'd come downstairs, she'd hear the footsteps and she'd meow away. And, you know, that's when we had our first interaction. So, I mean, that really sort of hits home for me. I come down and it really is quite empty. And there's going to be little things like that set you off. And, you know, being a pet owner and having owned so many different pets and unfortunately losing many pets, yes, does it get easier? Well, yes. I mean, you learn, becomes part of your story and part of history of what happened. And over time, are all the memories as strong? No, they're not. I mean, I don't remember Hoochie near as well as, you know, he died. That was my son is 16, so he died 13 years ago. So no, I don't remember him to that way. But do I remember it? Do I remember him? For sure I do. You know, did I have a whole lot of grief about Hoochie dying? You bet. Have I had grief about Gussie dying? I have. And it's different for each animal, and there's different things that go on. I think now, even our whole family, we were talking, we're just a little bit gun shy in terms of like not another pet, you know, because we had our cat Cleo die about 1.5 years ago, then we just had our guinea pig Oreo die about in the summer, and then we just had Gussie die. We're like, okay, that's it. And then Lewis has got some weird things going on. So, you know, different emotions and stuff come up, and I think the point of me, what I'm trying to convey to you, is that it's all pretty normal. Second part of this video is Lewis here, who, I don't know, he's sort of hiding. Here he is here. I think you can see him in the video. He's never really fond of being in the video. But he's had, I think about a month ago, I showed you a video where he ate part of a bone too small, punctured the back of his mouth. What I thought he had some type of infection via a bone puncture. So he ended up having to have some dental surgery. He was on a conventional antibiotic, some other alternative options as well. About a week ago, just under a week ago, he started to act like his mouth is sore again, and he's not fully letting me have a look at it. But when he was first under about a month ago, a section of that tissue was taken and a biopsy was sent away. The report from the lab came back as nothing cancerous, which was great. I was super relieved from that. But there was a type of cell within this ulcerated area of his mouth called an eosinophil. And typically that's the type of cell that we'll see in an allergic reaction. So we can get these, some of the cats in particular can get a type of mouth infection called stomatitis. That's infection of the inside lining of their mouth, or inflammation. And the type of cell that can be seen in that case can be eosinophils. Often that's thought that is some type of an acute allergic type reaction to something probably that they've eaten that has caused this reaction, and then it can be ongoing. We know that their immune system is then reacting inappropriately, and in some cases, for some of these cats, the only real treatment has been to they're actually having an immune-mediated reaction to the plaque on their teeth, has been to actually remove all their teeth, which is pretty extreme. But it looks like with Lewis, he had something similar. So probably he ate something, had a strong reaction to it, and it wasn't an infection per se, but it was an immune type reaction to whatever he consumed. And it's possible he did it again because he took off on a little walk again, and then, the next day he's really sore. So it's possible he ate something and reacted again. So that being said, what I've done is gone ahead and used something which, it just came to me all of a sudden, like, God, I should be using this. Is this right here. So he is on dark, unpasteurized, local honey. So what I've done is in terms of treating him, is I conventionally went and got him on, he's now on a different antibiotic. He's on one called clindamycin. And then the second thing alternatively, I'm treating him with honey. So he's getting a teaspoon of this dark honey. I just put it on a spoon. He's been pretty good about licking it off. And I'm giving to him, I'm having him eat his food with his pill first. Have a drink of water so his mouth is now washed most of that stuff away. And then putting some honey on that, and hopefully some of that honey is then going on the back of that ulcerated area. He's only been on this new treatment about 5 days, and he's doing great. He responded in about 3 days. So once again, if you've got a dog or cat with a mouth infection, perhaps an animal with stomatitis, don't discount the healing benefits. Thank you guys for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. If you've yet to do so, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. You can do that by clicking that little circle just right above me, and then you can go ahead, click that link in the box below. I can send you my free books and videos on how to heal your pets at home with my top natural remedies.